Today I'm going to share the Tinkercad 60-second rule, so let's get cracking. This is Tinkercad.com. It is the absolute easiest way to learn computer-aided design. If you've never checked it out before, I've got a ton of day one tutorials. You can check them out with the bit.ly up above. When you use Tinkercad, all of your designs are stored to the cloud. You can leave designs private, you can make them public, or you can also add a shared link. Today we're going to revisit one of my favorite projects. I had a fun vase I shared a tutorial for the other day, and then I made a new version yesterday. To get back in, you simply hit Tinker this. Now when this loads, you can see the red lines because this is a complex design. It is super fun because it takes this and uses intersect to create this. The technique is super smooth. Of course, if you want to see that full tutorial, the bit.ly is right here. Let me show you quickly how it's built. I'm going to do Control D. I'm going to Shift Nudge to move this away, and I'm going to ungroup it. This way you can see we've got the same sort of parts over there. I made the base wider. See how this comes out further than that does, because I needed it to get to the width of my new vase I was making instead of how this one was skinny. Let me give you a quick version of the technique. I'm going to take this part, the vase, and if we hit Edit Sketch, you can see how it is simply a sweet curve that makes this awesome vase. I'm going to hit Finish Sketch and back out of there, and then I simply had to make sure that it fit inside the combination of all the other shapes. This just simply trims the top edge. This right here is the part that gets cut. There is an extra one that ends up being the blue liner that makes it a vase, and then these are the parts that do the intersect. This is a simple sketch. If I double click and edit one of these, you can see it is just a straight line. But when I finish the sketch, we change the parameters to be 3612 and we change the scales. Notice I went to 80 so that it came out further for, once again, it to work with this wider vase shape. I'm going to double click to finish that edit and edit the sketch. And then we do need to make these one piece. So you'll notice I made them a bundle. In this project, I did a union group, which takes quite a bit longer, but it does work the same if you just make it a bundle. I'll show you this real quick. Bundles are instant. If I ungroup, get over top so I only got those pieces, and do Control B, a bundle group just snaps. I'm going to click Show All to bring back all the parts. I'm going to delete this whole set that I made just because I want to keep the order right. And let's do this again. Control D, Shift Nudge. I'm going to take the special blue one and I'm going to move it away. Notice it was a separate piece the whole time. It is a tiny bit thinner so it fits inside the shape. Now we're going to ungroup this complex intersect. And it's time for the 60-second rule. We're going to intersect this, which may take a moment. And if it ever takes more than 60 seconds, same if you choose export and it takes more than 60 seconds, check out the technique to make things possibly a little more snappy. So I'm going to hit my timer, and then I'm going to grab the parts, and I'm going to do Control I to intersect. Now, of course, I'm living it right, so it snapped immediately. But let's ungroup and see if we can make that take time like it normally does. Once again, we're going to grab the two. I'm going to move them a little so it lost the geometry, and let's do Control I to intersect. This is where you get the red lines, and it has to think. If it ever takes more than 60 seconds, I'll show you what to do. All right, so there's my stopwatch going off. It's about 60 seconds. I'm going to click here so it stops. Here's how you solve it, or here is one way to solve it. Simply back up to the dashboard. This was shared to me by the devs. Notice it's even got the red line showing here that it didn't finish, but guess what? It saves in the queue. The next time you launch it, notice we've got 4 of these in here now because of all my duplicates. I'm going to hit the start timer just because. Bang, that one snapped, that one snapped, that snapped in about 10 seconds. That is the 60-second rule. If you ever have something you're grouping and it does not finish, or if you ever hit export and it does not finish, you can simply back out to the desktop, Notice now the red lines are gone, and then when you hit tinker this, it'll come back and it'll likely finish a lot faster. How cool is that? All right, couple things super quick. If you've never used these split tabs, you can do split view super simple by just right clicking up here using Chrome. Right now I am done with the timer. And then I'm going to take these two pieces, I'm going to shift select them, and I'm going to take these two pieces and I'm going to export them for 3D printing. Export STL. I've already got the name V2 Vase, goes to my 3D modeling folder, and I'm simply going to save the changes. Now we can bounce to Bambu Lab Studio. We're going to create a brand new project. I'm simply going to hit add and we're going to find that V2 Vase. When we bring it in, I'm going to switch it to the sweet BB Life PLA Gradient Silk, and I'm also going to scale this little critter up. Let's go 200% bigger. Under my settings, I'm going to do 0.2, and let's simply hit slice plate, and check it out. We'll have a brand new vase in about an hour and 40 minutes. Print plate, and let's send it for 3D printing. While we are waiting for that to print, I'm going to quickly bounce to my website, HLModTech.com. Of course, I've got a page dedicated to Tinkercad, all sorts of amazing categories, and then day one favorites, useful starters, then my personal favorite, the Tinkercad Essentials. I want to quickly highlight the HLModTech Digital Library. I have taken my 5,000 tutorials and I've put them in this fun little library where I try and share the latest projects and techniques that I'm coming up with, and you can simply bounce in here and check out the new stuff added each day. One of my favorites that I just updated is the Tinkercad shortcut list with all the sketch commands. Sketch is one of my favorite tools. Make sure you check these out. This makes your life a lot faster whenever you can design with two hands. I will bounce back to level 1. Notice hot pink is the color for new content this week. So on any page, you'll either find something new that I created, or you can find something that I'm highlighting from a while back, like this code blocks variable missing fix. We are back with the BB Life gradient filament, and check it out. Here is our new project on the P1S. Bang! We have created a fun textured vase in just a few minutes. How cool is that? So let's do a quick wrap up. First things first, don't forget that 60-second rule. If you have got a design that hangs, just go back to the Tinkercad desktop. I quite often, as I'm working, will start it to do its group. I'll look at another tab and do something else, and then I'll come back whenever I come back and it's solved. But if you only want to wait 60 seconds or about a minute, it's so easy to go back to the desktop, refresh it, and give it another try. I will tell you that one of the smartest things you can do to make projects work better is to plan them better. The more efficient you are with the shapes, the more you actually use parameters versus stretching and scaling things that were already designed, the more efficient your Tinkercad designs will be. I do also want to highlight other techniques like using groups of groups or your creations to save parts as shapes. Those are great skills to remember and make Tinkercad more efficient as well. Of course, please share other techniques you use in the comments down below. I do want to quickly say thank you to everybody that supports me via YouTube memberships. Don't forget there are 3 different levels of support starting as low as $5 a month. With any level of support, you get early access to videos. Also, make sure you pay attention for those members only post. Also, a massive shout out to everybody that supports me via Patreon. We are way past 500 members. It has a fantastic free messaging area. You can post designs, ask questions, gain skills. Of course, you can learn more with the bit.ly up above or the link in the description. Finally, friends, I want to thank you for watching. Don't forget, every time you like, hype, share a video, add a comment down below, or click subscribe, you're helping HLModTech get just a little bigger, which absolutely makes my day. Friends, have a glorious day, and keep tinkering.